Now let's get into the main topic. Have you ever found yourself wondering why Iraq seems to be taking so long to act on its currency? It seems like they're always just on the edge of making a move, but then nothing happens. Well, what if I told you a big part of that delay has to do with how much of the Iraqi dinar is sitting outside the country? That's right. This isn't just about what's happening within Iraq's borders. For years, large amounts of dinar have ended up abroad, held by citizens, investors, and institutions in other countries. Iraq sees this as a major challenge. Their goal is to bring most of that currency back home. In fact, there's a widely discussed target. Once Iraq manages to get about 95% of the external dinar back into the country, they believe they'll be in a stronger position to revalue the currency, possibly even restoring it to a more powerful rate. Just imagine how much money that is, how much buying power and potential value is tied up overseas. If Iraq can reclaim that, they gain greater control over their monetary policy and can better stabilize the economy. That's a huge deal. But here's where things get interesting. Iraq doesn't necessarily have to wait until that 95% target is hit. They could actually make changes to the dinar at any time. They could even move forward with a process called deleting the zeros, which means removing extra zeros from the currency to simplify transactions and make accounting and pricing easier for everyday use. Even after doing that, they'd still have the power to adjust or reinstate the dinar's value whenever they choose. So if they can move at any time, why haven't they? Well, part of it has to do with market psychology. Timing matters, sometimes just as much as the action itself. If Iraq announces a revaluation too soon or without the right conditions in place, it could cause market speculation, panic buying, or unrealistic expectations. On the flip side, if people start seeing the value of the dinar rising, even slightly, it could create a wave of public interest and buying, which builds momentum. That's when belief turns into action. People start trusting the currency again. They start investing, spending, and supporting economic activity. It's like trying to hit that perfect moment in sports, the game-winning shot, the ideal pass. One move too early or too late and the opportunity might be lost. Now let's talk about something that connects directly to this: foreign investment. The more Iraq is able to bring its dinar back and reduce the amount circulating outside its economy, the more attractive it becomes to global investors. When international markets see that a country is taking active strategic steps to stabilize its currency and economy, confidence increases. Investors want predictability. They want to know that their money will be safe and that the rules won't suddenly change. Iraq, with its massive oil reserves and untapped economic potential, is in a strong position to offer that if they can get their financial systems in order. But none of this can happen in isolation. There's another major piece of the puzzle: Iraq's national budget. Right now, Iraq's government has put its budget on pause. Why? Because the budget is closely tied to the exchange rate of the dinar. If they adjust the value of the currency without having an accurate, well-prepared budget in place, it could throw everything into chaos. Think about how important the budget is. It affects public spending, salaries, infrastructure, education, healthcare, you name it. When the currency exchange rate is unclear, officials struggle to predict revenue and costs. That means critical projects can't move forward and essential services might suffer. Local businesses are also feeling the weight of this uncertainty. Many of them are holding off on plans to grow or invest because they don't know what the future holds. If the exchange rate changes in their favor, it could open doors for expansion and stability. But until that clarity comes, many are simply sitting on the sidelines, waiting. For everyday Iraqis, this uncertainty is even more stressful. Imagine trying to manage a household when you don't know how much your paycheck will be worth next month. How do you plan for groceries, rent, school supplies, or medical bills? It creates real tension within families and communities. People are stuck making difficult decisions, and that takes a toll on their quality of life. There's also a chain reaction effect. When the budget is delayed, it's not just about money, it's about laws and reforms. Many new policies and initiatives are timed to roll out alongside the budget. If that process stalls, everything else stalls with it. Legislation that could improve governance, support private business, or attract new partnerships ends up stuck in limbo. And while Iraq waits, other countries and regions move ahead. This creates a kind of chess game where Iraq can't make its next move until the current pieces are in place. Meanwhile, other players are gaining advantage, building economies, attracting investments, and strengthening alliances. Iraq risks being left behind if it waits too long. So, when will change actually happen? Experts suggest that it's not just about reaching a high exchange rate, it's about reaching a stable one. What Iraq needs more than anything right now is predictability. Businesses, investors, and citizens alike want to know what to expect. That's what builds trust. One thing the government could do right now is start communicating more openly. Transparency is powerful. If officials start outlining clear timelines, explaining their strategies, and involving the public and private sectors in the decision-making process, it could ease a lot of the anxiety people are feeling. Engaging with business owners, economists, and everyday citizens to get feedback can lead to smarter, more effective policies. And looking at historical patterns, how the dinar has behaved in the past under certain conditions, can help anticipate what's coming next. All of this can create a clearer picture, reduce tension, and help Iraq take the steps it needs toward recovery and stability. So, what's the bottom line? Iraq doesn't need to wait for the perfect moment. The opportunity to act has always been in their hands. But the longer they delay, the more pressure builds, and the more difficult it becomes to manage public perception and international interest. The story of the Iraqi dinar is still unfolding. There are passionate voices on both sides. Some believe it's time for immediate action, while others say patience is key to long-term success. Both views are valid. But one thing is certain, people are watching, people are hoping, and people are ready for change. If you found this video informative or thought-provoking, drop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think Iraq should do next? Should they wait? Or take action now? Don't forget to like and share this video to keep the conversation going. Because in the end, trust in the currency, just like trust in the system, starts with informed people like you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.